everyone, welcome to you all once again. What we are going to read today in this video? In this video we are going to study about the second chapter of 10th class, Ideas of Development. The lesson begins like this. We have many aspirations about what we would like to do and how we would like to live. Similarly, we have ideas about how a country should be like, what a country should be like, what are the essential things that everybody require, can life be better for all, can there be more equality in the society. Development involves thinking about these questions and about the ways in which we can find solutions in achieving these goals. What are the topics which we are going to cover in this lesson? Introduction part. What we are going to study in this chapter? What development promises different people, different goals. Ideas of development. Income and other goals. National development. How to compare the countries and the states. Income and other criteria. Public facilities. Human development report. Development as a progress over the time. So these are the contents which we are going to cover in this lesson. Now what development promises different people, different goals. Now you see three images here. The image of a farmer, the image of a tribal person, the image of a industrialist. What development promises different people, different goals. So the idea of development for a farmer will be different. The idea of development for a tribe will be different. The idea of development for an industrialist will be different. Now thinking in the perspective of these three people, the industrialist wants more and more dams should be constructed so that they can produce hydroelectricity and that electricity will be provided to his industries. So he needs, the idea of development will be the construction of more and more dams in the country. The farmer also needs dams to be constructed. Why? Because dams constructed will provide water for his fields. But his idea of development will be different. How? If the dam is constructed, his village should not be in that area where it is going to submerge. So his idea of development will be in such a way that he wants a small check dams should be constructed or tanks should be constructed so that he can get enough water for his fields. A tribe or a tribal person, his idea of development will be different. He doesn't want the dams to be constructed. As dams are constructed, then the regions which are going to be submerged, if he is living in that area, then his idea of development will be destructive there. It is disrupting his life. He is made to migrate from that region. So the idea of development for these three people are quite different from each other. Developmental goals of different categories of persons. The first category you see here, landless rural labor. Landless rural labor, he wants more days of work and better wages to be provided for him. Local schools that is able to provide quality education to his children. No social discrimination in the society, and they too can become leaders in the village. The idea of development for a landless laborer. A prosperous farmer, his idea of development. He wants assured high family income through high support price for his crops, hard working and cheap labor to work in his fields, and should be able to settle their children abroad. So the idea of development for a prosperous farmer is different from a landless laborer in the rural area. Simultaneously, different category of people are given here. Different category of people have different ideas of development. A girl from a rich urban family, she gets as much as freedom her brother is enjoying, and she also desires to decide or take decisions by her own what she wants to do in her life, and she would like to be able to pursue her education and studies abroad. So the idea of development for a girl living in an urban family is quite different from a prosperous farmer and a landless laborer in the rural area. Now, do all these people have the same notion of development or progress? No, most likely not. Each one have a different idea of development. Most probably they seek different things. They seek those things only which are most important for them, that is, which can fulfill their aspirations or desires. In fact, at times, two persons or group of persons may seek things which are even conflicting for them. Idea of development for one will not be the same idea of development for the other. Sometimes it will be disrupting or it will be destructive for the other person. So ideas of development for two persons will not be same. Similarly, to get more electricity, just as we studied in the early topic, to get more electricity, the industrialists, they want the dams to be constructed. But this idea of development is not supported by other people whose land is going to be submerged and their lives are going to get disrupted there. Those people, just like tribals or the village people or the farmers, they will oppose the construction of the dams. They might even resent this and may just want small check dams or tanks to irrigate their fields. So two things are quite clear from this, what we have studied till now. Two things are quite clear till now. Here is different persons can have different ideas of developmental goals. No two people's idea of development will be same. Development of goals or ideas of development for one person will not be same idea of development for another. It may be even destructive for other person. We will study a beautiful example regarding this matter. Ideas of development will be different for different people. Whose development? Here, whose development means the ongoing protest over the Kundakulan nuclear power project, which is going to be established at Tirunelveli district of Tamil Nadu, is one example of such a conflict. Idea of development will be productive for one and destructive for another. So it will be a conflict between these two people. So one nice example here what we are studying about such a conflict. Whose development? Government decided to establish a nuclear power plant in Kundakulan village of Tirunelveli district, which is on the coastal area of Tamil Nadu. So if this nuclear power plant is constructed or established, it is going to generate electricity. And as there is a need for electricity for industries is increasing day by day, the production which is going on in the present situation in the country is not satisfying the needs of the electricity. So government decided to establish one more power plant, nuclear power plant here to generate electricity. So the idea of development in terms of government is right here, productive for industries, so that more and more industries will get electricity. But the people of Kundakulan village, they are onto a protest to stop this construction of this nuclear power plant. Because if nuclear material is brought here and which is going to give out radiations, as we all know it better, the radiations are going to hamper the life of the people in the village, and simultaneously after the waste material is dumped into the sea coast, which is going to hamper the life of the marine animals like fish. And remember one thing, the people of Kundakulan village, majority of them are fishermen who are depending for their livelihood on the sea only. If the marine life is disturbed, if the fishes are getting killed there because of radiation, then the fishermen are going to lose their livelihood. So this is a destructive idea of development for the fishermen who are living in Kundakulan village. But for industrialists, as they are getting electricity for their industries, it is a productive idea of development. For the government, it is a productive idea of development. Government has been saying that the need for electricity is increasing for more and more industries. So the present day situation, production of electricity is not able to satisfy the needs. So we need such projects should be established. Whose development we have studied. Now one more beautiful example we will study here. A vessel dumped 500 tons of liquid toxic waste into the open air dumps in city and in the surrounding areas of the sea. This happened in the city of Abidjan in Ivory Coast, a country in Africa. The fumes which were coming out of this highly toxic waste caused severe health problems for the people living in that area. National company which has been dealing in petroleum products and metals contacted the local company of Ivory Coast to dispose the waste which is being in their ship. Here the idea of development for the multinational company is productive. Why? Because they have dumped the waste out. And the local company or the local company contractor which has got money for dumping this, it has given the permission for dumping this material in the sea coast area. So this idea of development for these two is productive, but the people who are living in the sea coastal area, for them it has become destructive, because several people died, several people were hospitalized, several people were diagnosed with symptoms of poison. So whose development here? Ideas of development for one is productive, ideas of development is destructive for another people. A beautiful topic which we are going to discuss here, one more topic, is income and other goals. Do income is important for everyone, or do they have other ideas of developmental goals? Of course, income is necessary for everyone. We will notice here one common thing, that what most people desire is regular work, better wages, decent price for their crops, and simply to say, in other words, they want more money or more income. Besides seeking more income, one should also concentrate on other things that people should seek about freedom, about security, and about respect from others. All these are important goals. In fact, in some cases, these may be more important than the income. What we are intended to desire, that we need more income, and we describe more income means more facilities and more development. But more income is one criteria of idea of development. But besides more income, we need certain things just like freedom, security, respect in the society, equal treatment in the society, which are also very important for a human being to sustain his life in the society. Because material goods cannot fulfill all your needs. Material things that one can buy with it is just one factor on which the life depends. Money is simply one factor which can buy material things. But it cannot buy you respect in the society, it cannot buy you equality in the society, it cannot buy you freedom for you people. It cannot buy you freedom. So these are not the things which are bought by money. These are also very important things which a person needs besides high income. Similarly, there are many things that are not easily measured, but they mean a lot for ourselves in our lives. They are often ignored. Therefore, it will be very wrong to conclude that what cannot be measured is not important. Here you have to understand, money can buy you things. The things of course can satisfy your needs and desires. But there are certain things which are very important for your life. Consider another example here. Taking into consideration whether income is the only criteria for idea of development, whether people they seek only income or other things are also necessary. For take example, you got a job in a far off place. You have to leave your family and go for doing that job. You will try to consider many factors before going to that job apart from income. No doubt that job has provided you or given you assurance that you will be given high salary or high income. But besides that, you will be seeking some other things, just like the facilities that job is providing to your family, working atmosphere, opportunities to learn there, equal treatment is provided to you there. This income, all these things are also important for you while doing this job. You take another example, you got a job here, but this job is providing you a sense of security and freedom. It is providing you freedom, providing you time to spend with your family, and it is providing you equality. No discrimination is done there, and you can learn and simultaneously earn from this job. So here people look out about a mix of ideas of development. So income is not the only criteria here. For example, if women are provided security in the society, more and more women will come out to do jobs, to do business. And if women will come out to do jobs and business, their respect in the society and in the family increases. Their household work will be shared as she is a working woman, and the income of the family increases, where children may be provided with good facilities and their needs will be fulfilled. They can get better education, and if they are coming out, there should be a secure environment for them. So secure environment may allow them to come out and do jobs and take up variety of jobs and variety of businesses. Hence the developmental goals that people have are not only about better income but also about other important things which are many a times ignored in the life.